In this episode, we are going to talk about the types of EBS volume that we have. Actually, there are two categories of EBS volume that we have. So we have the SSD backup volume, which is mostly used for high frequency transactional workload. Then we also have the HDD EBS volume backup, which is mostly used for high volume transactional workload. Now, these two categories, they have babies under them. So in this, I'm going to talk about where they can be applied in the real life. So let's talk about the first category that we have, which is SSD backup volume. And you should know that all this kind of EBS volume, they are mostly used for smaller workload that involve read and write. So any application that involve read and write, so they mostly use this kind of EBS volume for their web server. So example of them is general purpose SSD. Now, general purpose SSD is the kind of EBS volume that is mostly used for a website, maybe a WordPress website or a website that require read and write. Maybe somebody want to change something, or somebody want to edit something, somebody want to read through all those things. So this kind of website, mostly they use this EBS volume for this kind of server. So in Amazon, we call them GP3. So GP3 is an example of general purpose EBS volume that is mostly used for a website that involves read and write only. So most especially the WordPress website and some other website like that doesn't require too much workload. The second one under this SSD volume is what we call provision IOPS. Provision IOPS can be IO1 or IO2. So these are the kind of EBS volume that are basically used for database. So they mostly use this kind of EBS volume for maybe SQL database or PostgreSQL database or any kind of database that involve read and write. They also use it for Oracle, and they use it for most database that handle concurrency transaction or concurrency work at a go. So this kind of EBS volume, they are mostly used in an application or website like banking website or banking application, trading app, or cryptocurrency website. So these are the kind of EBS volume that is usually attached to the web server of those platforms I've mentioned. And the reason this kind of EBS volume are attached to them is because this kind of EBS volume, they have the ability to act fast, to make the EC2 server to perform better, and to give them the required thing that they need on time without wasting much time. So they are mostly after high frequency. You understand? So they mostly use it when they notice that the particular platform they are trying to build required high performance. So they use this kind of EBS volume to do